Good morning, friends, and welcome to my lecture. That is the second part of my story by Kamala Das. A little about her autobiography I had already discussed in my first part. Today I'll be talking about the remaining, that is the summary and the plot analysis of my story by Kamala Das. My story is a collection of Kamala Das suffering as a woman and as a writer. The image of woman has undergone a change in the last 3 decades. Throughout this period, women writers have moved away from traditional enduring. She has portrayed, instead of self-sacrificing woman, towards conflicted female characters. She has portrayed a searching for identity. This autobiography is remarkable because it presents a new concept of woman and self before us, like Gandhi. Kamala Das has shown her courage in revealing the truths before us. She has described all her secrets in this book. Her autobiography is much bolder as compared to that of Gandhi, Nehru, or Narayan. Now, her autobiography is in the form of a novel, well designed, informative, and delightful. It can be read as a confession. This is a revolutionary book. It is a story of the shameful society where males do not properly respect a woman. My story shows a rare type of vigor, strength, dedication, and revelation of a true self quite successfully. It brings out her inner strength and her quest for self-identity in the midst of all kinds of pressures mounted on her. She discards the embedded patriarchal values and comes out as if from a cocoon to have a better glimpse of the world around her. Her story shows her urge for identity and liberation finds its fruition and fulfillment in her creative writing. In this, there is an indication of Morris accumulation that comes with a big bang. This autobiography could also be read as a critique of the victimization of women in a patriarchal society. It is an honest appraisal of female sexuality and the need for sexual freedom. Through this autobiography, we find that Kamala Das' revelations on man-woman relationship is to the maximum level because of the communication of love completes the whole affairs of a man and woman who are in love. Her offer of her body to the lover to make love is an expression which are not decors to a modest naive woman. Her expression finds culmination in terms of her anecdotes, tale, story, narrative yarn, sketches, etc. Her language that she uses evolves out of her relationship with her family. It is sometimes pornographic and domestic. The resources of her language and fiction are taken from her own situations as a wife and as a poet, and they are therefore shades of her own locality and regionalism. When she wants to point out the helplessness and passivity of women in patriarchal or male dominated society. She portrays women as on object positions and males on subject positions, and makes use of passive forms of verbs like liber or free verse to suit her situations and ample freedom. At the level of lexical items, nouns like slave, toy, bride, virgin, prostitute, wife, doll, puppet, mother, convict, death, blood are the repeated ones. Now, in order to sum up the plot summary of my story, Kamala, we see that my story is a book with 50 chapters. It follows Amin's, that is Kamala, life from age 4 through the British colonial and missionary schools in Calcutta, where she had to face racist discrimination, through the brutal and indulgent relationship with her husband, through her sexual awakening, a literary career, extramarital affairs, the birth of her children, and finally, a slow but steady coming to terms with her spouse, writing, and sexuality. She mostly upholds her personal life in her autobiography rather than political and social upheavals predominant during the War of Independence in the then India. Now, regarding Kamala's autobiography, my story, Suresh Kohli of India Today has presented a book review stating it is not often that one comes across an autobiography which is so outspoken, so controversial, so positively honest, so lyrical in its narrative. Perhaps no other Indian women writer has made more startling self-revelations than Kamala Das in my story. That's all for today. I'll be coming up with more lectures of mine. Please like and subscribe and stay tuned. Till then, goodbye and good day.